John chapter 13, verses 31 to 33 and 34 to 35. I give you a new commandment, love one another. When Judas had left them, Jesus said, Now is the Son of Man glorified, and God is glorified in him. If God is glorified in him, God will also glorify him in himself, and God will glorify him at once. My children, I will be with you only a little while longer. I give you a new commandment, love one another. As I have loved you, so you also should love one another. This is how all will know that you are my disciples, if you have love for one another. Today's reading takes place at the Passover meal on the night before Christ's death. Jesus has told his disciples that one of them would betray him, but didn't immediately identify him. Jesus tells Peter that he will give a morsel of food to his betrayer. Jesus then gives the morsel to Judas Iscariot. Jesus then says to Judas, Do what you are going to do. Do it quickly. At that point, Judas left to betray him. God knows everything, every sin we have committed, as well as our future sins, but he still loves us to the end. Don't we too betray Jesus when we sin? Imagine what must have been running through Christ's mind. He knew his closest associates harbored a traitor. He knew he would be denied by another, and all, with the exception of John, would desert him at the crucifixion. Yet he still loved them. Jesus strengthens the Old Testament writings about love. Leviticus chapter 19, verse 18. You shall not take vengeance or bear any grudge against the sons of your own people, but you shall love your neighbor as yourself. I am the Lord. Again, Matthew chapter 22, verses 37 to 39. And he said to him, You shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, and with all your soul, and with all your mind. This is the greatest and the first commandment. And the second is like it. You shall love your neighbor as yourself. Love is more than just a warm, fuzzy feeling. You demonstrate your love when it is total self-giving, and you expect nothing in return. A person who gets out of a warm bed at 2 a.m. to feed a baby or comfort a loved one is an example of self-giving. I know a woman who was laid off and is collecting unemployment, but she still tithes to her church. That's giving until it hurts. You can love by devoting your energy to another's welfare rather than your own. The shut-in you pick up on your way to a prayer group meeting would be such a case. Some might say, well, it's on the way. But they would be overlooking the fact that you aren't obligated to do it in the first place. What about the father whose child refuses to speak or communicate in any way with him? By absorbing the hurt, not complaining or fighting back, he is modeling Christian behavior by loving even if it is not returned. These were but a few examples of Christ-like love, a total self-giving to others, placing others above yourself. Dale Carnegie said, You can make more friends in 2 months by becoming interested in other people than you can in 2 years by trying to get other people interested in you. Christ-like love today is as revolutionary as it was when 1 Corinthians chapter 13 was written. Love is patient and kind. Love is not jealous or boastful. It is not arrogant or rude. Love does not insist on its own way. It is not irritable or resentful. It does not rejoice at wrong, but rejoices in the right. Love bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, endures all things. Now reread that passage and substitute the word love wherever it appears with your own name and see how you can measure up to Christ-like love.